G'day. There are 23 races so far planned for 2023. In this video, I'm going to run through every single race and give you my thoughts on the venue, where to meet drivers, and a whole lot more. Are you ready? Let's get started. Let's kick the season off in Bahrain because that's where we start with testing, and then the race follows a few days later. The track itself is about 25 minutes from the centre of the city by car. There is one hotel out there nearby that's fantastic. That's the Sofitel. A lot of the drivers stay there. Ticket pricing's not too bad. There is no standing general admission. All of the stands are located in this section of the track. If you want to go up here or over here, forget it. That is purely for media and marshals. Facilities are good. There's a Ferris wheel and plenty of parking. It has a beautiful paddock, but if you're keen to meet drivers, this is not the track to do it. It's almost impossible to get to the swipe gates where the drivers walk in. Unlike Saudi Arabia, you can get alcohol in Bahrain. In fact, a lot of the Saudis travel across the causeway to Bahrain to enjoy a perhaps more liberal environment. And in this video, I'm going to rate every race with an A, B, C, or an F. F's a fail. This one, I give this one a B. Next up, it's Jeddah. The track is situated right in the heart of the city, and if you manage to get a hotel in that area, you won't need a car, and that is an absolute bonus. The track winds along the water, and on the opposite side to where the water is, there's a monster shopping centre, which, if you're into shopping, you will love. The Red Sea Mall, well worth a visit. The hotel you want to stay at, if you've got the money, is the Shangri-La. It's brand new, and it's situated almost at the final corner. And if you get a room overlooking the track, you won't even need to leave the hotel. Saudi is a dry country, and as such, there's no alcohol either at the track or in the hotels. The airport itself, I remember being about a 35-minute drive from the centre of the city. If you have corporate tickets and your seats are above pit lane, this is a great race for seeing drivers arrive. And the paddock itself is certainly one of the prettiest. And I give the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix a C. Race 3 in 2023 will be held in Australia. The track is very close to the centre of Melbourne, so if you wanted to, you could easily walk there and back. You'll find plenty of hotels in and around the city, and there are plenty of trams that will get you to the track. Melbourne Airport is some 22 kilometres from the heart of the city, but it's via a freeway, so it's pretty quick. It's not the cheapest race going around, but certainly there are a lot of grandstand seating for you to take advantage of, and it's spread all around the track, which is easy to get around too. There's a bridge that goes over the lake. This race does command a very big crowd though. It'll be well over 400,000 in 2023, but I highly recommend it. I'm giving the Melbourne Grand Prix an A. And at this point, I will remind you that if you're an F1 fan and you'd like a signed print by a driver or even a team principal, head to kimillman.com and see what's available at this moment. I can tell you that Alex Albon, Valtteri Bottas, Nick De Vries, Pierre Gasly, and Gunther Steiner signed pics are available, and almost all of those prints come with a digital picture of the driver or team principal signing yours, so there's irrefutable proof of authenticity. kimillman.com, go to the shop and click on signed prints. Baku is the capital of Azerbaijan. That's the airport that you'll probably fly into. Nice new airport, about 30 minutes by taxi from the centre of town, but be very careful. The taxi drivers are a little cheeky and will try it on if you're not alert. But there are rideshare apps, and that'll save you any heartache. The track itself is smack bang in the middle of the city. There are a number of spectacular hotels in that city too, and the two best ones, if you can afford the rates at that time of year, are the Hilton and the Marriott, one at either end of the paddock. I've also stayed at the Boulevard Hotel, which is about 3 kilometres away and is fantastic at about a sixth of the price of the Marriott. And if you have a little bit of spare time at night, go and look at these stairs which go up to a lookout that affords this spectacular view over the Baku track and the city. I find the people very friendly, the food's good. And what about access to the paddock if you want to see a driver or two? Very tricky this one, you're probably better off waiting at the exit of the Marriott Hotel at the back for those drivers staying there. And if you have corporate tickets for facilities above pit lane, you can wait out the front of the gates at the Hilton end and see the drivers arrive there. This is one of just a few races where all of the drivers walk to the track, and there is some sensational shopping very close to the track. I give the Azerbaijan Grand Prix a solid B. Next up is the first of the US races. This is a street circuit and it winds around the Hard Rock Stadium. 2022 was very hot and hard work, and there's a lot of concrete out there and not much shade. If you're staying in the city, it can be a 30 to 50 minute drive to and from the track. I stayed in Aventura and thought it was pretty well located and some nice hotels out there. And this was the only race last year where there was a beach club situated trackside, which brought out some very interesting outfits. This is a track where it's possible for a lot of people to get to the entry to the paddock and hence see drivers as they arrive. They park in a car park on the other side of pit lane, have to walk across a bridge and then come down into the paddock. So they're out in the open for a few minutes, which is rather unusual. So take advantage of that if you're looking to get a selfie or a signature from your favourite driver. I should say this is one of the busiest paddocks, draws a throng of A-list celebrities, and if you want to get into the paddock, you will be paying absolute top dollar. This is no budget race. I give it a B. Last year there were 2 races in Italy. There'll be 2 in 2023. This is the first of them. This is Imola. The track is situated right in the heart of the town. It is a smallish town. It's got a lovely atmosphere, and from the centre of the city to the track is maybe a 15-minute walk. There's very little high-end accommodation around this area. A lot of people stay in Bologna and commute from there. If you're coming from Rome, take the train. It's fantastic. Food-wise, you won't get better anywhere in the world. What I love about the track is the greenery that surrounds it, and of course, there's the lovely Ayrton Senna tribute, which is right next to Tamburello. You can actually see the track from the surrounding roads. However, come race weekend, the police block all those roads off, and you won't get any vantage points, unfortunately. And being an old-school track, the facilities aren't fantastic. But if you're looking for atmosphere in droves, this is a great race. I give the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix a B. Monaco is the jewel in the F1 crown. The track itself is right in the heart of the Principality, winds itself around the coastline. It is easily the most picturesque track that I shoot at. I love the place for that. A lot of people stay in Nice or towns along the coast and catch the train to the heart of the city. It drops you off right at Tabac, I think it is. Another plus of this race is that they open the track at night, and you can actually party on Rascasse on Friday and Saturday nights until late. If you want to meet a driver, it's a little tricky. At the far end swipe gates, some of them come in via boat, others will take a scooter, park it nearby. The general public can access this area. You can also walk down to this jetty where some of the drivers alight from boats. Otherwise, the middle paddock entrance near Stars and Bars is a place to hang around, and keep your fingers crossed that your favourite driver pops up there. Another great thing about Monaco is the track is so short that the cars go past a lot, 78 laps, which means you get to see plenty of them. If you've got the money, stay on a boat. It's amazing. And a lot of those boats have hospitality packages where you can actually watch the race and practice sessions from the water. Note that on this section, the smaller boats can stay moored right next to the track. On this section though, the boats have to move back 10 metres, so you're a little bit further back from the action. If you have money and plenty of it, you'll love Monaco. I give it an A. How's your Spanish? Because next we're off to Barcelona. The track's about a 35-minute drive away from the centre of what is a fantastic European city, one of the best, and accommodation is pretty reasonably priced when it comes to F1. I've stayed at the Radisson Blu for the last few years and I think it's just a great property. Getting to the track's okay, getting back is a different matter. They've had plenty of problems getting rid of the large crowd after race days out at Barcelona. The circuit itself is normally bathed in sun. It's a great atmosphere. Facilities are okay, getting on the older side of things. Ticket pricing's not too bad. If you want to meet a driver, this track is probably not the one. If you've got a Paddock Club ticket, you can probably gain access to the middle swipe gates, but otherwise it's a little tricky. And what do I give the Spanish Grand Prix? I'll give this an A. I hope you've learnt enough to make your time viewing this video worthwhile. And if you have, please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't done so, and join as a member. You'll find all of my digital images from F1 at prostarpics.com. There's about 1,400 pics every single race posted on that site. You'll find my F1 photo books, merchandise, wall art, and signed prints at kimellman.com. And for my best images live from the track and all during the week, head to Instagram and search at Kim Ellman. Thanks for watching and stay passionate. Got to get this fly.